Hello. Let me just check my audio settings. Okay, that looks good. And a quick share live with Leo today, doing some mini readings. Drop your question in the comments if you'd like to get a reading today, and we'll get to as many as we can. That's scary. I'm sorry. It was very frightening for him, you know? Okay, let me share to my group. I'm not able to share like directly from my streaming group. I'm not able to share service anymore, so I have to share manually. So there's just always going to be this little process at the beginning of sharing lives. Groups. You want to do some readings? Cool. All right. So I don't have any specific topic today. I will do a quick poll for the collective, and then we can go from there. If you have any specific questions. All right. So I'm going to pull for 4 categories, and one of these 4 categories might be what you were inspired to share or to ask about, but let's do love, money, expression, and love, money, expression, and health. That's what we'll do for the collective read here, and then we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens after that. We'll see how much time we have. So the first card pull we're going to do for love. And this could be for love of yourself. This could be for love of what I would say, like any kind of relationship, family, friend, or romantic love as well. So the first card that we have today is the big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So what I really want to focus on in terms of love is like really, I feel like more community. Oh, are you getting it? Oh, that was scary. That was very scary. Yeah, don't do that. That was so scary, wasn't it? Yeah, so I feel like this love card is going to be more about community, and it's like, what can we build and what can we create together? I think that bigger picture thinking is about maybe thinking about what would you want if anything was possible, but maybe opening to the fact that it could come together in different ways, and in community easier than we could bring it together for ourselves. And so I really feel like this is a time in terms of like our relationships, not only to be around community and to really focus on the people that are our chosen family that really light up our heart, to build relationships with people who are also blood relatives as well, because I feel like so many people have been doing family healing and being able to come back together, I think in different relationships than they have many years past with family members as well. So I would say to really look at like, how are you nurturing your community, and to be willing to go for, like, when you're looking at kind of manifestation and in communion with the universe about asking for what you want, then basically to just like realize that there's a lot that's possible with community, and that all of those inspired visionary ideas are able to come together with some of the bigger energies that are supporting that right now. You're nodding off. You need a little headrest. Maybe tucked away a little bit, kitten. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with the collective read into the energy of money. If you have a specific question, on any topic, feel free to drop it in. I'll get to as many as I can. Check out also, I've been posting a lot of daily readings videos, and the third one just went up today. And then I'm also posting embodiment videos. So whatever energy comes up in the reading, then basically I will choose a song and I'll move it into dance and move it into the body. Hi, Nanika. You said, I have an event I'm teaching this weekend. Will I be able to gain clients from it? Perfect. I'm gonna do yours next. I'm gonna do this collective money read, Nanika, and then we're gonna go directly to yours. So in the money energy, we have lead with your magic. And the 10x your value came in reverse. So I really feel like there's an energy of you needing to shift around how you see how valuable it is, what it is that you do, and what it is that you offer, and what it is that you bring to the table. Because I feel like when you kind of shift that and you realize, like, wow, like what you were offering things for is actually such an amazing price, such a great deal to be able to work with you. I think that your energy around what you offer shifts. Around lead with your magic, this is very much about like being in the energy of who you are, like when you feel most expressed, and not being worried about who is going to turn off or who it's going to make not feel like they're like a fit for you. Because honestly, I feel like there's just too much of kind of like watering ourselves down online, and we wonder why all of these kind of coaches and healers and different people like look so similar, because I feel like it's just really trying to water yourself down in order to be a fit for like the majority of people. But honestly, it's not really working in the paradigm that we're in and in the energy that we're in anymore. So leading with your magic is remembering like your magic is the main event. It's not the side dish. Put it out there in the beginning, and really like ask yourself like to look at the value of what you do bigger than what you're seeing it now. And that's going to link back into the energy of money for you. So, Anika, we're going to pull your question in. Okay. So, first off, what I want to ask you to do, Nanika, is to imagine that this event went as well as possible, that you're walking away and there's a certain feeling that you have, right? Because you feel pleased with what happened, you're excited about it. There's some clients that have maybe already booked with you from the event. Imagine or pretend that maybe there's some other conversations, or maybe there's some divine alignment. But like whatever this event that you have this weekend, I want you to, in your mind, project that out, because I want to tune into that energy for what we're doing here in these reads. Okay. And I always read to what's the path of greatest joy and ease in creating that. They're saying, first off, that you need to prepare a few things in advance, because I think that sometimes the little details of things, like what came to me was like a QR code that puts people like onto your email list. I feel like sometimes those little things we often leave till last, and then they don't get done because there's just too much going on in terms of the event. And so I really feel like for you, I would take a little bit of time today to map out like all of the ways that people can stay in touch with you, because on the surface level, there's going to be some clients that end up working with you from the event, right? And then there's going to also be some other people that are going to build a relationship with you that might be on your email list or some other means of like communicating with you that you'll want to make sure that you're able to basically stay in touch with those people beyond the conference or the event that you're at. And I feel like I want to make sure that you're thinking about that, prioritizing that, and maybe even making some kind of like free gift that is specifically for that list. Because what they're showing me is like that it's going to be really important for you to see these as building relationships and planting seeds. And that I hear that the long term potential of it will take you a lot further if you take the time to see it that way. I also have the the page of wands card, inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, exploration, excitement, and we have the strength card reverse, which is talking about inner strength, self-doubt, insecurity. So I feel like right now, on an energetic level, I feel like there's two conversations going on. There's one thread of it that feels like you're so excited, you're ready, you're pumped. I feel like you have all of these ideas, you have the inspiration, you're making things happen in. They're showing me like you're making moves, like you're like feeling it. But then I feel like the other narrative comes in, and I feel as though the other thread would be like the strength card reversed here. That's basically saying, like, oh, why hasn't it worked out sooner? Like, is it because I'm doing this incorrectly or that incorrectly? But I feel like the self doubt creeps in. And I feel like the reason that they're showing me is they're saying that when you're at an event, even if people don't realize that they are, that not all people realize that they're intuitive. I feel as though people can really feel that and they'll be able to feel what you are projecting. And so they're just showing me that you're in the space of joy, almost as if you know that like long term, this is a place that is going to deliver long term client relationships for you. That some of them are going to come right away, but that like it feels like to me, you walk in there and you're in such a place at this event of like trust and presence that you don't even necessarily feel like you have to worry about it. And like they're just showing me that you put your best foot forward when you're able to show up in that way. um Astral projection, spiritual gifts is also coming up. So I really feel like everything that they're showing me is more energetic and more spiritual with astral projection. I don't even know what happened. Hopefully you see that I came back, but all of a sudden some things popped up on the screen and it was just gone. But hopefully you see that I'm back too. Okay, okay. Um but yeah, for whatever reason it just like pulled the feed off and I had to re-enter the studio. Everything that's coming up here, like even when I pulled from my business deck, is more coming up on the spiritual and energetic side of things, and more in terms of like thoughts and mindset and inner world. So I feel like I would definitely do the things that I mentioned in the beginning of like on a 3D strategic level, kind of like mapping out like how people are going to get to know you, mapping out what you have. They're also saying that like you could kind of position or maybe have some kind of special offer that people can only get there like that day of that event, and that you can say, once I leave this event, like we're done, right? Like this isn't going to happen again. This is only a special for this event. And they're just saying to make sure that you have all of that stuff, whatever needs to be printed out, whatever needs to be set up, done, because sometimes those things fall through the cracks when we think that we're going to have enough time and we underestimate it. So they're just showing me like to have you make a list and to make sure that you have all of that stuff. They're saying that like if you need it by Saturday, for instance, and they're saying to give yourself a deadline of Friday afternoon because they're just wanting, I don't know, they're just wanting to make sure that you have this stuff done and that you can get people's contact information to stay in touch. Astral projection, I feel like before you go to sleep tonight, I would also maybe, I don't know if you want to ask your spirit team to have a meeting, or like I feel like there's something that happens for you in the dream state. There's some kind of influence that you can have in terms of in the dream state. So before you go to sleep, I would also use that space and that time to see if you can, whether you can get answers. Like I feel like there's a lot that's possible. I also feel like I want you to maybe do a meditation and kind of call in, see if you can make a connection with the souls that would be meant to work with you from this event, that it would be for their greatest and highest good and your greatest and highest good to work together, and to see if there's any way that you can connect with these souls, kind of commune with these souls, because I just feel as though there's something that I feel like can kind of happen in this like liminal kind of more spiritual space that makes it easier to kind of pop through in the 3D world. So that's what I have for you, Nanika. I'm excited for you to have your event this weekend. I will keep rolling with the collective read. If anybody has any questions, let me know. So we've talked about love, which was more of a community-based read. And we've talked about money. And so we're going to do a read for expression as well. And I do have a few things that I'm opening up for the last portion of December. I am going to be opening up some one question, 15-minute readings for 33. I've never offered them at that price, but I do feel like a lot of people are going through it right now. So I thought that if I could have kind of more of a bite-sized or mini offering, I thought that that might be great for people. I'm also going to be opening up some spots for my group, Lead with Your Magic, which is my Monday group for people that would like to come and do a space and set their goals with me. We do readings in there. We do a lot of embodiment practices. My cat always likes to groom me, and it can really hurt. So I'll give him my hand because my hand feels like tougher to be able to take that. But anyway, there's a lot of things that we do in there. And people are seeing everything from new relationships popping up on the romantic side, new business opportunities that are happening. And it's really a place where I feel like people can come and kind of find their confidence in their expression and really kind of just, I feel like, start to shift into a greater alignment with themselves and who they are. Hi, Jules. I will do your read next. Okay, so in terms of our expression read, we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Oh, okay. So what they're saying is that like you in your greatest expression is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. It might even make certain people extremely uncomfortable or angry. And so what they're saying is, in order to examine your relationship with your own expression, which I feel like it's being yourself out in the world and doing what it is that you do and being willing to let other people see it. They're saying that examining your relationship with polarity and having people that just downright disagree with you or think that you're just cuckoo bananas is a part of the process, and that it will create a lot of they're showing kind of this kind of push-pull energy if that energy is not healed. So for anybody that it has anything going on related to their expression or anything going on with a lot of polarity, I think that that would be a good message for you. So Jules, Leo, you have a message. So you said, I'm feeling disheartened today. What do I need to know about transitioning into Cosmic Playground as a full-time job income? My event yesterday had one person show up. What's the block? And then, hi, kitty cat. See, Leo, you have a little shout out. You have a shout out. Okay, so what I'm actually not going to even look for the block directly, but what I want to do is tune to the energy that we are moving towards, which would be you creating income from Cosmic Playground. What I want to do is I want to open it up a little bit because I want to create a little room for expansion, Jules. And so I want to remove the name Cosmic Playground and kind of like any box or limitation that might be on that. And what I want us to really kind of project into the field right now is the feeling of you being you, sharing your magic, sharing your gifts, getting paid for what doesn't even feel like work. It's just you sharing your medicine in the world, because I want to leave room for kind of like the possibility and the unexpected right now. So they are being very specific about that. Good. And I will say as well, Jules, I've been the last 3 days, I didn't post the dance portion, but I've been very guided lately to not just share like reads, but they've said that there's a lot of like body-based stuff that we are releasing right now, of things that we had healed kind of on a energetic, emotional mind level, that it's coming back to heal the portion that still exists in the body for a lot of people in our collective. And so I do really feel as though if any of those jump out at you, I would just say to move, or to maybe take the full song and some of that intention and just kind of take your own movement practice on your own. So called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. The Earth card, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. We've also got the High Wraith card, longing for home, homesick for the stars. So I want to start for this energy because I feel like this is like the energy of like, Earth is a hard school to be at. Earth is very challenging, especially right now. I feel like, Jules, you've known for longer than most that you're called. And so they're saying that a part of the reason that it can feel challenging is that you've known and you've clearly like seen yourself doing this stuff for a really long time, and that it feels as though spirit team has wanted to keep you moving forward. And it's almost as if sometimes, like, I feel like time is kind of different for our spirit teams, and that they're like, you need to do this right now, and that like things feel like they take a lot longer. Oh, you're so sleepy. You're so cute. You're such a sweet baby. Hi. Oh, thank you for being a part of readings. You need to get tucked in. You need to tuck in and go night. So I feel like the thing that popped up in my mind when I started to tune into this energy was I saw you at events. And then I heard the word corporate wellness, but then I feel like there's some kind of event piece to it. And I think that initially, I think what I would say is to really get busy in terms of collaboration, and to find people who are very excited about what you do, that want to bring what you do to the community. Because I feel like what can be very difficult is that when we're first trying to do in-person stuff, it can be very difficult when like most people have been very focused on online these last 4 years. And I think that I see very clear collaborations, and that it feels as though they're like big events that draw a lot of people, that allow you to network with people and like share what you do, and that you're able to share what you do at some of these events. So I feel like that's going to be very key for you, is not necessarily trying to skip to having your own events right away. And then what they're showing me is that you're going to have some branches of the business that are going to, so there might be like a corporate wellness like branch, right? But they're just showing me that the business that you have has a variety of different expressions. And so I feel like there's like an event branch. I see a branch that looks like it's like a maybe one-to-one, more private readings. I see a different one that's more like retreat based. And then I see a different branch that looks like it's more like pop-up festival based. They're saying that that you will know which branch it's time to build out based on the connections that are coming into your space. And that right now they're saying divine alignments, and they're saying divine collaborations. The last card here is that you're a joy and bliss amplifier. And so they're basically saying that you understand that, but to essentially what I feel like has been the biggest thing for you is kind of judging the experience. So I feel as though all of the things that you're meant to work on and clear away, like I don't feel like there's anything that I need to add to that. I don't feel like there's anything that you're not doing or that you need to do. I feel as though I just want to open your mind a bit in terms of like what this is going to be and nudge you towards those divine collaborations that I feel are going to be really expansive for you in terms of connecting with more people and being able to build that in-person community like you know that you're called to do. And Nanika was asking about events and being able to collaborate. Love it. And you said yesterday was in partnership with a large Montephysical expo. Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks, Jules. Good. Yeah, I feel also like I'm in the same boat of like, I think right before all of 2020 stuff hit, I was like really wanting to like go towards speaking and doing in-person stuff. And then all of that changed. And then now I feel like I also very much would love to like work with people in person, but I've never really focused at all like on really doing in-person stuff. And so I do feel like one of the things that for anyone that this is helpful for, and please drop any questions if anyone else would like a reading today. I've been trying to basically do, which I feel like you definitely do this already, Jules, is I'm like, okay, so if no one shows up, like what's the thing that I want to do? Because I like just need this in my life. And I'm so excited that I did it. And so we're getting ready to launch some self-care happy hours at Body Studios next month, which I'm super excited about. And it's like launching side by side with the spa services. They have foot baths and Reiki massage and 3-card reads. And I'll be offering some mini services and readings like in person there as well. But I'm excited. I'm going to be hosting an hour that's like $10 suggested donation, kind of like if you were to go to like Yoga on the Bluff and give like a $10 suggested donation, but that it's kind of something where no one's turned away and the money is going to go back into the community. So I also feel like so many of us are very much called to be building that in-person community, but I know that it's it feels very different because I feel like if you go like on a live or you do something online and not as many people show up to it, it's just kind of like, you're just kind of at your home. But I know it can feel a little bit strange, but I do feel like right now, um, we're kind of essentially, I feel like the energy of all this in-person stuff, I think personally that it all kind of connects and builds, and that the people that we collaborate with are very much a part of us holding on to like the vision and the frequency of the reality that we know that we're all creating together. And I feel like it's just as important for us to be showing up and being around those collaborators and those communities that really uplift us and allow us to be our best selves, and know that that stuff will come. I feel like so many of us feel like the energy is kind of like slowed down right now, but I do feel as though I don't necessarily feel worried about it. I just feel like if anybody financially, I feel like there's a lot of people that have slower seasons. I know that things have been absolutely slower for me these last few months as well. But really lean into community and saying yes to things that, like, there's going to be more people that are just wanting to give you things and help you. And I feel like that's like a really big part of the energy that we're in right now. You were saying, I know about those different branches of my offerings. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we danced the whole time. Anyway, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like um it's I would say as well that one thing that I am trying to get back to, because I feel as though for a while, the last couple years, I think I kind of pulled back from, a lot of my lives and different kinds of commitments, but trying to get back to doing the same thing at the same time, or the way, like, I feel like we're trying to get the Body Studios thing going up on Wednesday, is that we're going to be doing it at the same time every single week, so that the community can build. Because I do feel like anything that has a regular time and space, even if it's like once a month at the same time, I also feel like, just in terms of what I've noticed and what I noticed that I follow, is that it's almost easier for people to kind of plan and get involved with, because so often people are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. Like, when's the next one going to be? And so I think that something that has kind of like a regular time and date kind of helps with that as well. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to be headed off to Lead with Your Magic. If anyone would ever like to come and join me on a Monday at noon in Lead with Your Magic, let me know. I feel like it's a very special place. I do feel like I've had a little bit of like, I think I've struggled more to know how to describe what we do in there, because for a long time it was just the same thing of like, we're going to build your business and we're going to grow and we're going to talk about money and spiritual businesses, and it's not that same thing anymore. Like, it's much more expansive in that we're talking about our health and our physical well-being, about our relationships, about what's happening for us in terms of our expression. And I just feel as though it's a very special place. And I do think that I see people taking leaps and really kind of going for things in life and showing up in a regular way as a result of that. But I think the most important thing that I see people doing is pouring into themselves. And the people that end up being in alignment are ones that are saying, you know what, I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I've been trying to give and give and give, and I've got to just start pouring into myself, making myself a priority, feeding myself, nurturing myself first, doing what feels good to me. And then what we're noticing is that those other elements absolutely come into alignment with that. So if you want to ever come and feel it out and be my guest on a Monday, let me know, and you can come hang out with us for a Monday call. I will see you soon. Bye. Bye for now.